but the newer stuff, you can kind of tell I was all over the place after.
That's okay.
um, let's see. Where's history?
That's alright. Yeah, you can take your time. Maybe if there's anything else new, what do you think can be better to watch, we could go with that.
I think we should just watch that one because everything else, I got pushed to Moon Knight. I wasn't able to play Thor competitively.
Okay.
Oh, I have one, but that one just, I won that game, and I don't think there's much.
Yeah. The one you sent me, it's a quick match too. Do you have a competitive game?
I think it's before I joined the Marvel Academy, so there's gonna be a lot of things that I didn't put into it. If you want to watch that, we can.
Yeah, no, it's up to you. If you have any recent ones as well, just after you join, we could also take a look. But yeah, if you have those, if there's just
Yeah,
no games on Thor, then it's fine. We can
yeah.
watch this one.
Most of them I got pushed into playing DPS like Moon Knight, and I'm not really playing Thor. Um,
That's all right. Yeah, that's all right. Well, so let's start with this one then, or
yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
okay, yeah, let's take a look. So mostly positioning, timing. Let's focus on that. I think it's good as a fundamentals. There also might be other things. I actually been playing Thor myself quite a lot too, so I can definitely also give some micro advice too. Okay, starting out, can you see the stream just fine, by the way?
Yeah, just like yes, I can.
Yeah, so starting out up on the top and just waiting for the rest of your team to pressure, it seems. Okay, this is where we use the Awaken. Just go for the frontline pressure there. Okay, let's watch what we're gonna do next. Yeah, so the enemy Thor is also trying to apply the pressure there too. Kind of just waiting around. Yeah, it just seems that you trying to wait for the enemy team to make an action there, right? And you see, it's just as a mindset, yeah, as a tank in general. What's your job ultimately? What are you looking to achieve as a tank?
Well,
What,
when I'm playing Thor, I'm trying to find champions out of positioning and punish them for that.
think about any tank. What's the
Oh, any
job of any
tank,
tanks? Yeah.
basically kind of lead the team, uh, kind of push up to the front, um, guiding them basically, kind of building like a pathway.
Yes. Yes. So you are building that pathway, and it's a lot about you just taking space, right? We just need to make sure there's, because you are creating that pathway, then your team is able to do something. Now, my question to you is that something what we do right now creates a lot of good opportunities for our team to walk forward. So if I just kind of push back a little. When we were starting with is we start with that position here, and then we start using our awaken. Also, what is this crosshair too? You just
Uh,
why it's looking this way? What happened?
it was. I was watching this TikTok guy. He said that he was mentioning the best crosshairs, and I was just testing different things out. That's why, but it's mainly for the awakening, so I know how like it hits people.
Mm, mm,
That's
mm.
basically what it is. That's all it is.
Right, right. Okay, okay. Yeah, because I see quite frequently. It seems like that video got pretty viral. To be honest, with the crosshair, um,
Yeah.
just keep in mind when you're trying to aim that a lot of your focus shouldn't be the crosshair itself. It should be the exact character you're trying to aim for. The crosshair helps you, but
Uh-huh.
the main focus is on the character, and having such a big crosshair gives you a lot of visual clutter as well. So
Oh,
it's gonna be
okay.
harder for you to land shots a lot of the times. There are things with aiming as well, like trigger discipline. Maybe it's gonna be in your positioning decisions, but yeah, all of that it just depends on situation what you're trying to do. I usually recommend the best crosshair you can have is usually the green small dot, and
Okay.
this is just to make it easy to adjust and actually build the good long-term habits, because what you're describing
Really?
there are a lot of, yeah, there might be short-term solutions like it's might be seem good as a short term, but if you're aiming towards what we mentioned the higher rank, potentially pushing towards the highest, usually just better to focus on the long term goals, stuff like that. And you
Okay,
always
that
see,
makes sense.
just watch any pro player or like any high rank swimmer, watch their crosshair, what kind of crosshair they have. Yeah, I can give you an example of, for example, that guy Sureforce. So I have their video saved on playing Thor, the top one rank Thor. I know it's kind of off topic a little, but you can a lot of times see the crosshair looks really simple. So see, this type of crosshair is just not even the green dot, yeah, but it's just maybe a small one, yeah, but this is what you typically see to just reduce the visual clutter and also help yourself just blending all the things and not focusing the cross entirely. But yeah, it just the off topic. But I think something you can address right away. It's easy to fix. Does it
Oh,
make sense?
that's good. Yeah, that makes sense. Because it was a time where I was looking for the best crosshairs, and then there's YouTubers and TikTokers that be like, "This is the best crosshair, use it," and so I'll be like, "Okay," but that makes sense then.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Again, there might be just reasonings why they say that, and there might be seem like good short-term solutions, but just as a long-term, wouldn't I wouldn't advise having such a crosshair like we have here. Okay, so back to our question. The tank
Okay.
is making space. Yeah, the tank is creating the pathway towards your team. So
Yeah.
what on your Thor's kit allowing you to create the pathway for your team? What is there exactly you can be doing usually?
Uh, Using my awakening,
Using your awaken, that is one of the biggest things, yeah? Probably just doing all the damage, pushing the enemy back this way. Okay. What else?
and then I don't know the name of the ability, but the one that kind of throws you in,
Yeah, the dash. Yeah, the dash
the
ability.
dash.
The
Yeah,
yeah, we'll just call it the dash. Yeah, let's call it the
the dash.
dash. Yeah,
Okay.
it's because you ultimately going from one place to another really fast. Yeah, this is how it just works out. Yeah, and or maybe charge. Okay, like maybe if you play the
Oh, the
games like
charge. Okay.
Overwatch, yeah, and maybe if you play the other melee characters like Reinhardt, for example, they could charge from one place to another. It doesn't matter. So it's just your movement ability. Okay, and now the thing is, you do pressure with your awaken. You're trying to pull the enemy back. But my question to you is: there is anything else you could be doing to just anything else you could be doing with your dash ability to make sure you actually divert the enemy team's attention a little bit and create the pathway for your team? What you could be looking for right now? What do you think? Because
Rest
think
of
about
the
it this way. Think about it this way.
okay.
Your job as a tank is take space and absorb attention. Okay. So if the
Okay.
attention
Okay.
is on you, then we start tanking things. Yeah. You can be tanking abilities, you can be tanking damage, you can be tanking the attention even. So if you do that, you absorb all of that towards you, your team can walk forward. Now, at the location where you are, if you absorb that pressure, that might be effective. But my question is, what else you could be doing as well to make these guys to look at you a little bit more, maybe turn around somewhere and just make sure they're
Uh,
focusing on you while using your dash. Take advantage of your dash while
yeah.
controlling this area. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I think the reason, yeah, I the only reason why I probably wouldn't see the dash because I saw those penny webs in the
hmm
ground and I didn't want to get blown up, so I played passively in this one. But
hmm
yeah, I think charging in, as in like kind of try. My thought would have been just kind of hit the back line.
Yeah, trying to get to the backline. Yeah, exactly, exactly. And this is exactly what you need to look for a lot of times. You have to create the space. But the question is, how do you get there? Usually, so something I would start with right away is just an easy fix. You just need to think about the setup. Okay, we need to think about what location of the map you're taking, so the attention goes to you. It's also fine to maybe use your awaken before the fight, but because you, with the character, you playing the character with mobility, you need to take advantage of that and set up first. Okay, so the first concept is pretty simple. You need to either go on some sort of 90 or 180 angle. So, for example, my team is position B. If you are at the position A, you're forming this 90 angle over here. Okay, and
Okay.
this diverts the enemy attention to you, and if they go towards you, now your team from B, they can walk forward. See, instead of doing this where we keep playing main and you making it, it's not as easy for your team to take space now. You see that? Yeah, because all of the attention, the enemy team can just throw it in the choke here, and all of you guys gonna be pulled back together. Like maybe Invisible Woman can use her E and just pull you out, yeah, and or pull you in, or maybe enemy Thor can also dash in and just pull you out as well. But when you have different angle, and then it makes it easy for you to divert the attention and also get to their backline. Okay, does it make sense?
Now, yeah, that makes sense. So are you referring to me like being on top of this building or just being 90 on on level floor, ground
Yeah,
level?
90 angle can be anywhere. The high ground is also a nice addition. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
high ground is always nice, and potentially how we can be getting there. Maybe you can go from here to here, for example. This is your 90
Hmm.
angle. Or you can also go deeper because you have mobility, you're allowed to do so as well. You can also try to take 180 angle. So there will be somewhere over here, over there. It's not as fast to just get there right away, but that's something you potentially can aim for because you have the mobility. Now, I'm just gonna show you an example of that real quick. It's
Okay.
gonna be some
Yeah.
of the games that's done by me. I think I usually use this as example of in one of my just in my sessions. And in here, you can see me taking space on the map. And I'm not gonna be playing with my entire team. I'm just gonna be trying to set up on 90 to 180 angles. Typically, on this map, the most of your team will try to go through here and go through the
Correct.
right
Yeah.
side. Yeah, maybe be stuck on a choke. You don't want that. We just want to get through the choke. Yeah, like I mentioned, through creating the path towards your team. Yeah, making sure they actually gonna take space. So that's why now we can try to set up on that opposite high ground. As an example, just get there, make sure we're not getting poked, of course, not as much, and just get in position. So this allows us to divert the enemy attention. And if they go towards me, then my team can also walk forward. And this is how we take an advantage of us having the mobility. Okay, so see from there just how it's gonna be easy for us to maybe, well, it's easier to walk forwards to the choke. Yeah, some of the attention goes towards me, and see how the backline is also getting scared. I also do some early poking there, but first of all, the setup is really important. Yeah, the setup is the most important thing. I see my team is actually able to walk through, so I just time the pressure with them. Yep. It's just this at the console 180 angle or 90 angle if possible, all the time. Does it make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. It makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, or just to show you one more example, it can be even on, for example, someone like Sure4, though I think top ranked player I coach most of the time. I don't play that many hours. I think I only got 10 hours this season, or maybe 5, because I mostly do sessions. But this guy, they have a lot of playtime and also doing the same idea quite a lot of times. You see that Central Park, a lot of people struggle with. They just will try to go on somewhat of flanky angle. Yeah, they will try to just go right side while the rest of their team is on the main and divert the attention. The timing is also really important there, but the idea is the same. You're trying to just set up somewhere around those angles. Okay, so
Is
this,
it the same video that you showed in one of your classes?
I think so. I think so. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I think I was in I think I was in that class when you were showing this video.
Oh, nice. Good. Good. Yeah, I'm using those examples in my sessions now
Okay.
too. So
Okay.
yeah, that's good. It's just always good to emphasize the concepts, kind of show some of the visuals. So yeah, right away we see that there's just kind of no setup. Yeah, this is gonna be difficult for us to walk forward, and kind of just keeping being stuck in the choke. Yeah, maybe you can potentially try to find somebody isolated, which I think is good. It's great to recognize if there's a opportunity to do so. But yeah, first I want to get us in position. Okay, what do you think about this position? By the way, is it good enough? What's your thoughts? So we're starting here. The rest of your team is on the main. What do you think?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If it's a good positioning.
Yeah. What do you think? Based on just what we mentioned, yeah, taking 90 to 180 angle, is it
Yeah.
is it good enough?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is where most of your team, well, you maybe can wait for them to just for this backline to even be more active. But to be honest, your cap is already active. They all going in. You have this angle over here, and this potentially can pull the attention of the enemy team towards you. So this looks decent. Okay, let's watch what's gonna happen next. Okay, so we're starting just going back. Yeah. Okay, this is where the question is, if you're at this position, are you able to potentially maintain this 90 angle? What you could be doing instead of going back towards the team, could you be just trying to keep sitting here? What do you think?
Yeah. I think I could have gone like back around
Mm-hmm.
to the health pack or kind of go through the building and keep that pressure like you were talking about. Like kind of swing back a little bit more to the back of the
Mm-hmm.
building so they could kind of focus on me and let my healers kind of push up a little bit and kind of probably get past the choke.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Constant attention on you. Yeah. So we don't go back towards our backline because this way,
Yeah,
if the
yeah,
attention goes to you, then your backline is also going to be in danger. We don't want that. We want to
yeah,
keep these guys
yeah,
busy. And if you're in line of sight of your support, you're going to be fine most of the time. That's what we need.
yeah,
We're just really constantly having this guy's attention on
yeah,
us and using cover, just going from one place to another where you able to stay on this 90 angle. It's really decent. I think Awaken also definitely makes sense to use the back line. That is something what we can get to, but it's just your setup here. It's making it harder for you to do so. Yeah, it's just
yeah.
not
It
as
was
easy.
hard.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah.
was hard. I was struggling.
This choke is pretty common and in general people struggle a lot with the chokes to take just break. So the choke, you always need to take additional angle of attack. You never want to be stuck there. Just find a way for you using your character kit, get through the choke, go somewhere else. Yeah, so say again, we could be setting up first and use the awaken. Maybe it's not too bad because your team sort of needs to reset a little to use it early, but I think if you have opportunity to set up first, I would rather focus on that. See,
Okay.
the setup is going to be the most crucial at all times. And later, you can try to also do something once you're the position. While we're going in, yeah, you have an advantage. What do you think your next position can be looking like? So you went in, your team is going
Yeah.
forward. Is it possible for you to go anywhere else to just keep the routine the enemy attention?
Yeah, I'll probably head like to the back side of the building over here.
Yeah, exactly. So you have a lot of choices. Yeah, you might even go up
Yeah,
the stairs. We might even stay there. It's just so much mobility we got, and there are not too many characters who can get you right away. To be honest, well, there are
yeah,
flyers maybe, but a lot of times in your future games, you'll notice if you use that verticality is an addition. Yeah, when taking 90 to 180 angles, that just helps you a lot. You just maintaining all the space, you're able to stay alive longer. Okay. Not
okay,
going towards
okay.
our team, but kind of trying to maintain this. Yeah, exactly. Maintain the high guns, maintain where we are, find the opportunities to do something from there. Okay. So now we are in the position, and this is where you kind of can decide what to do next. Okay, do you remember? So it feels like you just kind of got distracted. Maybe got distracted with someone there. We're not sure what we were
Yeah, it
looking
was.
for.
I was look. I was. So what I was thinking here, I was trying to. So two things I was trying. Well, maybe three things I was trying to work on this, and I think you mentioned in your classes to only focus one or two things, kind of like you mentioned in the beginning.
Yeah.
So I was trying to stay alive, positioning, and catch any champion out of positioning away from their team.
Oh
So
yeah.
when the flyer came out of positioning, I was like, oh, he's out of positioning. I could probably see if I could catch him, but
Hmm.
it didn't work out. That
Hmm.
was my thought process.
Yeah. I think as a thought process, yeah. If you, I think it's possible. However, It's just usually the flyers are gonna be one of the hardest things to kill. And in addition,
Yeah.
there's also your teammate there, what we get distracted with. But yeah, it happens. I think sometimes just be mindful of that. But yeah,
Oh, that was my teammate.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Yeah, you just saw. Oh, that's
oh my God. Okay.
that's okay though, because this happens. It happens sometimes. All right, you have a big advantage there, so definitely makes sense to try to push in. Make sure just dodge that ultimate too if possible, but it's fine. You're gonna be probably right. This first choke they're not gonna be able to touch. Maybe well, actually they maybe have time. Okay, they just about to touch right now. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Looking for Awaken. Actually been set up. Yeah, what do you think about this position there? Just a starting point. If you're trying to just contribute to this area, is it good enough?
No, I don't think it's good enough.
Why not?
I just don't see like I don't see a lot of traffic coming through it, and it was actually coming from the bottom side.
Are you on 90 or 180 angle right now? Let's start with that.
I'm at 90,
Well,
right?
yeah, yeah. So this is gonna be good enough. Just so the Lancewow concept, it's good enough
Yeah.
with is just where we are. But why you not able to see it? Those guys walking through. What is
Because
that
they're in
about?
the bottom.
Yeah, because they're in the
Look,
bottom.
I'm in.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you just need to try to pick them a little bit more. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
That's all about that. Of course, you can also try to track them walked into this. Here, you also see them. So the matters actually on the main street when they went all the way inside the right side building. That is something what
Yeah.
can also give you attention.
Okay.
But this is
Okay.
what allows you to, because you on the high ground, because you're actually in those angles. It also allows you to scout information. Just make sure you're mindful of that and act depending on that, because now
Okay.
later when they actually start taking space, you can be capitalizing on it. Maybe we could be displacing the enemy. Maybe you can try to also just catch somebody out of position in general if they will push through. Yeah, like drop them in a corner. I think it's fine. Okay, now we're setting up. Okay, get in a position. What's next? Have the vacant form there. Your cap is going in, going for your ultimate. Okay, okay. Yeah, starting with this, by the way, what do you think about your position right there?
I think if I mean, I think it's okay, but I think I should have been better if I would have come a little bit more from the backside,
Kind
like that
of
first
just go
window.
inside the building
Yeah,
here?
from there, exactly. Like
Yeah,
come in through there
okay.
because Cap kind of I think Cap does the same thing, or and I could have just followed him up with it,
Yeah,
and we could have kind of pinched him in right there. But
okay.
I think that would have
Yeah,
been a better point.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So I'm
Uh,
thinking just to add additional layer when you're trying to set up, maybe
okay.
have in mind what are the exact targets we're trying to go for, what you're trying to achieve with your engagement. Yeah. And with your target priority, if you look at their team, what are the general good targets for you to go for usually? Thor.
Invisible Woman
Yeah.
and I think that's Mantis.
Yeah.
That's kind of hiding
What
to the
makes
right.
it good to go after them? What is in their kit? What allows you to just go after them comfortably?
But one, they don't have a lot of mobility.
Yeah, that's one. Hmm.
Um, and their health is the lowest
Yeah, pretty
of the
squishy.
most of the team.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty
exactly.
squishy.
They're pretty squishy. Yeah, they just one low house, so that is what can allow you to instantly kill them. As any dive character, you usually have those kind of bursts of pressure. You can go in, out, and especially in Thor, you have this big spikes of pressure. You kind of in, use awaken, maybe out later, and then you can go in again. Sometimes maybe not using awaken too, but yeah, it's just a target priority can always educate what your position is going to look like. So instead of this 90 angle, we can choose deeper angle over here because I know the backline is over there. And as an
Yeah.
addition, there are also other additional layers like, yes, this cap is attacking, yeah, or maybe your entire team, you can also watch them. What are they doing too? And try to go after them. Okay? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So generally speaking, stationary squishy targets are good. And I also just gonna add something. What's just stationary in general is also good to go for too. So stuff like their penny, for example, you can always just push them in towards your team. Maybe there's
Right.
Magneto or maybe Doctor
Yeah.
Strange. You can punish stationary targets at all times. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be kind of stationary and or squishy targets. Okay, it's just together with all of this, so you can use the set here at any time. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, and you'll
Great.
typically
I've
see
been writing
from
it down.
yeah, exactly. I'm also writing down the notes, so don't worry, I will send those to you later. But yeah, overall, you always see that with the high rank players. They will try to go after the squishies, or they will try to also maybe punish the more stationary guys. Yeah, for example, there was a sure four. They went after squishy target first. Yeah, they're searching who's more isolated kind of potentially as well that's killable. I think especially in the second point, because there's more space in the central park, you always have to keep in mind what's more killable. And that's why I'll see them a lot of times. They will make a decision to exactly see that guy over there. Oh, they're more stationary, maybe I can try to just boop them in towards my team so it's punishable. They actually notice that. Yeah, they also have their stacks to push the Thor away. Yeah, you know, the Magneto, they have those sweet stacks that allows them to displace an enemy slightly. Okay. But there's potential targets for them to go for. And see, they're exactly choosing the tank. That's not too bad. But if there's a backline which is available, like there's an Wiz Woman or maybe Luna Snow, you could also try to go after them. And you will see them a lot of times doing exactly that. So I think there's going to be probably the fight after where they will try to go for their ultimate and they're choosing to go after last mobile target. Yeah, they will try to go after Luna Snow. They even try to just slow them down with the E. But this is your thought process constancy right now. This is where you can change how you use the ultimate. Yeah, instead of just using it right there on this target, like the penny, which is not as killable too, you can just try to divert your attention towards the backline more. Yep. Does it make sense?
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just target priority can always help you out with the your positioning too. Indicates your positioning. Okay. Do you have any questions about anything what's been mentioned or everything's been clear?
I think I might ask you a question I asked you in one of your classes. Um, and I think you already answered this, but I just want to get a little bit more
Uh,
clarification.
yeah,
W-
yeah. All good.
When, 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 when do you find a balance of being aggressive or not? And I think so. That's what I'm fighting. Like me watching this, I can see I have a lot of hesitation,
Hmm.
and I'm not being as aggressive like I was when I started playing the game.
Hmm.
So where that sweet spot, the balancing between being aggressive and not being aggressive.
Yeah, I think I probably said, and I'm gonna probably say it again. You
Yeah, I
always
know.
want to be aggressive, but you just want to find the right time to
Yeah,
do
yeah,
that.
absolutely.
But see,
So
a lot of your gameplay, from what we saw, what it looks like is you go. Remember your engagements from here. You go from here, and I'm aggressive. I'm going in, yeah, or like I'm using the vacant, and then I go back. It is your passive, right? But what if
yeah,
we just instead of constantly going in and out, being aggressive passive, you just set up first and then do something later, as we could see before. Yeah, instead of just going in right away, I can set up, take my time, find the best time for me, suitable time to go forward, and I will be aggressive later. But you need to set up first.
yeah,
It just all kind of feels that
setup.
you're between those going from your backline towards the enemy, and then that's why yeah, you need the middle ground. You need the setup before the
Yeah,
fight. So like you
yeah,
do here, we just slide a better setup actually. Yeah, just more consistency. You're the position first, okay? Let's act later. You need to slow down, scout information, all of that. That helps you to I think, control the map more effectively. Does
Yeah,
it answer the
absolutely.
question?
Yes, 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 yes.
Nice, perfect.
Uh, because I know when I asked you the question, I know you couldn't really, elaborate like you're doing now because you're attending a class. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, that makes sense. And that's my thing. I'm starting to realize now that I don't really, I go to set up, but I don't gather information. I
Mm,
set up and I just once I see the first person out of position, I'm like a magnet. I just go straight to it without even not even realizing where my supports are or if there's I'm going into a 5v1 or a 6v1, which makes sense now the way you put it.
yeah, yeah. This is common. This is common. But just the more attention you're gonna pay to something, the better it's gonna be. So you're not gonna tunnel vision. You're just gonna be able to track maybe multiple variables and what's in, what's out on their team. Yeah, who's dead, who's alive, and it's just even that target priority thing. We're talking about stationary squishy targets. If you already know that, that could influence your positioning, right? That could influence your ult usage too. It just I'm keeping in mind, reminding myself, yeah, scouting information, seeing what is that target good for, what's good to go for, and that makes it easy. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, there are situations where maybe there's no good target to go for, so you choose to go after this one. But see, right now, what do you notice in the field? Is there a better target for us to go for?
Yeah, invisible woman in the back. She's
Yeah,
by herself.
yeah,
I
by
can stalk
herself.
through the building
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then,
I think that's good enough.
or I,
Mhm. Oh,
or yeah, or Mantis is also. I could push her in
yeah, potentially, but the mind is that
potentially. Yeah,
now.
yeah,
Yeah, but then potentially, exactly, we could be going after her. Right now, I think on your priority list, this or this, and this is the last thing
yeah.
because it's gonna be really hard to catch. Yes, they are doing quite a lot maybe with their position there, which is this angle and also using the ultimate, but it's not the easiest for you to shut down at the time right now, so can do something else. That's okay. Also body blocking the penny, which is good. You can just keep booping her in towards your team, make her more killable. It's completely fine. Again, those 90, 180 angles can help you. You have a lot of mobility, so definitely do that.
So, can I ask you a quick question?
Oh yeah.
So, when you mean by, I just want to make, I think I
Hmm?
understand what you're saying, but I just want to clarify. When you say 90, it's it from my point and my team's point meet together, correct? That's what you mean by 190 and 180, right? Like, like right now, like Captain America and myself, would that be considered a 190 positioning?
Well, your so 180 angle, it always has to be relatively to not only, I'm just thinking about the best way to put it, it just should make an enemy to turn around completely doing 180 turn, okay, like do the 90 turn.
Oh,
uh,
okay. Okay, okay, okay.
because I'm thinking, yeah, if you put it this way, because we don't have the enemy in between you and your team, then this is not bad spot. Yeah, because right now, well, you could say we're relatively towards where your team is right now. It's just relatively to where your team. It seems like a 90 angle, but we don't have anybody in between, so you're not diverting the attention. Typically, how it would look like, for example,
Gotcha.
right now,
Okay.
fight starts in. Okay, so you are because your team's taking the fight here. You on 90 angle, and yes, you need to also keep in mind on what your team is doing, just like relatively to them. But it's also just the attention. Yeah, are they gonna turn this do 90 turn sort of in a way? Again,
Gotcha.
there's not strict
Okay.
rule, but yeah, you can do that. So from this position where you are, it seems like they can. Yeah. They will try to maybe turn it to you if you're gonna go, or maybe from here. That's also a possibility. Yeah. So this is where you can start the pressure. Yeah, let's see. Let's see what we do. Starting with the normal ability. Okay. They're using their disappear. Have to be careful. Yeah, it's just there's a lot of pressure. Wanna make sure we have the cover there, but it's alright. Okay, let's watch what's gonna happen next. Got our ultimate really soon as well. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was. I should have gone through the backside.
Yeah, go through here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and who you would focus on? What do you think? What do you? Yeah, what are your thought
Right
process after?
there.
So from here, yeah, what do you would be doing?
I will probably try to rush Mantis, because the only
Mm-hmm.
reason why I will rush the Mantis is because Penny dropped the egg, which I saw the
Mm-hmm.
spider web, and I knew if I even try to go for Invisible Woman or for Penny, I knew I was gonna die or get a lot of damage. So
Oh
I
yeah.
would have used my dash to reach uh Mantis and just uh try to see if I could get her.
Makes sense. And also remember, she has an ultimate. There's another thing you can also keep in
Oh
mind.
yeah,
But yeah, that is something we can try to force out. But yeah, at least she's better target. Yeah, from Lance what I mentioned, target priority. I think it's easier. You might also find time to just destroy this if you want, because this might be quite scary sometimes with
yeah,
your awaken. But yeah, I think generally speaking, is gonna be better targets, more stationary. You can always try to punish them. So probably not Thor there. Yeah, you would just be
yeah.
on this mantis still. I'm
Correct.
scouting information and then looking what to go for, and it's gonna be easier to kill as well with your awaken. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Battery critical.
So I think that your maybe something what might be useful because we just talked about the crosshair. I would also add because Thor is pretty mechanical character. I would just add the warm up, which you can do. I
Okay.
usually suggest. Well, do you have any kind of warm up right now?
Uh, I try to do warm ups before I get into competitive games.
Hmm. Yeah. So what do you do exactly right now?
What do you mean? I'm sorry.
Yeah. What's your warm up routine? You're saying yeah, like you warm.
Oh,
Mhm.
I just I don't think it's really called a warm up. I just jump in and just try to focus on those three things with Thor, and I just try not to die as much,
Mhm.
and try to pick off characters, and that's basically all I do. But I don't go into practice range or anything like that, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. So something you can do, and it's also definitely with the default crosshair you can get. Maybe like I think this dot is my different account. I think this dot is a little bit too large, so you definitely can make it smaller. However,
Okay.
just what's comfortable. Just make sure this is something what's fixed. But yeah, when you go into practice range, you can try
Okay.
to just have the warm up where there are characters with the random movement. So you usually kind of just go in here and maybe pick whatever you struggle with. Maybe before, for example, might be something like Jeff, or maybe there's might be small characters like Spider-Man. You just make sure. Oh, this is not what I wanted. Okay, so want a tour, and then we just need parameters. Parameters here. You choose the characters want to
Okay.
place. So press confirm, and then you can just put the generate type random. And with movement, it has to be dynamic and move action because we need more random movement. We need to put random, just moving not only in
Okay.
horizontal dimension but in vertical as well. Movement speed normal. You can start with that. You can hit apply and just press start. Just press start here and practice hitting shots. It can span around just 10 minutes, or if you have 5 minutes in here, just practice your awaken and see the stuff you're going to be practicing. It's not focusing on the crosshair, but rather focusing on how the character is moving and then adjusting your crosshair placement, not focusing on that crosshair, right? But it just crosshair helps you to understand where your character is looking. Okay, so with what I'm doing, I can just okay. So this guy's moving this left, right. Okay, so I will try to do this and apply my skill. Yeah, like whatever I wanna practice. Generally speaking, I wanna practice the Awakens. So instead of you, a lot of players they do that, and this is what seems what I saw as well. You maybe doing kind of holding the fire, and a lot of the shots are missing because of it. We've seen a couple of times, I think. You're using the Awaken, and it's also far
Yeah.
distance, and maybe, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
pretty. Yeah.
not as aligned. Yeah, exactly. So, what I suggest is instead of you holding the fire, make sure you click. Oh, okay, that just ended, but yeah, it's fine. You can start again. So you just get your Thor force in here, maybe, yeah, place your E, for example, and then you, instead of holding, you just click, just like that, okay? I track, and then I click. I track, and then I click. So you might miss a lot of shots, it doesn't matter, but honestly, you're just trying to practice, and ideally, you also do it at the short range, so it's more natural, usually, versus the other characters, you're at the short distance. But see, it's just something you will get used to, because it's projectile, and trying to actually track the characters, I think it's the more you do these, it's gonna be, especially with small characters like Spider-Man. I think it's really hard, I think, to track. But yeah, it's possible if you warmed up enough. You can try to kill them, maybe
Okay.
place them, and then you can also do other characters if you want to, and just make sure you click. Yeah, you see the Awaken, there's also sometimes weird pacing. Yeah, was where you're like 1 2 1 2, and then this and he stops. Yeah, the Thor just stops doing something. So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
There's 1 2 1 2 stop, okay, and then 1 2 1 2. Kind of brief, just well,
Okay.
really fast paced for charges. Just keep that in mind. Um. Okay, so I would do this. Do you have any questions about this practice range here?
No, it looks it makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Straightforward.
So it's just practicing your trigger discipline. Yeah, I want to again with this. Do not just hold the fire, but make sure your cross is on the target first. You watch where your character is looking, then click. Yeah, watch where the character is looking, then click. And in addition, you can just do the something like, if you go here, just click on do match, and this might
Yeah.
be even better one because you're gonna be practicing versus real players, and they have a lot of random movement. They will try to move left, right, yeah, maybe try to jump around. And the other thing is, you also will get used to situations under pressure. Like right now, I'm not warmed up at all. Like I also maybe just get in the game. It's fine to miss a lot of shots. It's fine, but that's why you do the warm up routine. You just spend 10-15 minutes on that, and
Yeah.
then it will feel better. And here the characters are moving around. Maybe there's also Rocket Raccoon running on walls. Yeah, it's really hard to hit. But you all together also do your abilities. Yeah, and then you just practice here. I think it's really nice.
Yeah.
Where this guy went. Okay, so this is how you do it. Okay, I suggest to maybe start with the practice range and then do this a little bit more. So this is gonna be your warm up, and it should spend you should spend around 10-15 minutes on that. I think it should be enough. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So I'm just taking the notes. Your warm up 10-15 minutes. It's too much. And practice range. Yeah, maybe starting with practice range first and then move and do match. And later, potentially, if you're comfortable with practice range, if it's not as challenging for you anymore, then just do more but do match, to be honest, because you are practicing versus real players there, which is even better, to be honest.
Okay.
Okay, okay. Yeah, does all of it make sense? Or, yeah,
Yes.
any questions?
No, that makes sense.
Okay, so this is the time where we can summarize first of all, and yeah, if you have any general questions about anything, we go over those, and yeah, see what else we can add. But yeah, what do we got out of today so far? What we went over with you?
Um, gather information.
Mm-hmm.
Positioning. I learned about 90-80, which makes sense now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, staying aggressive but gather information before taking an initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, spot squishy or stationary champions and practice on my Thor 4s.
Exactly. Okay. So stationary and or squishy targets, and that's where you can even keep an eye on their tanks more. Yeah, don't forget it's fine as well. Your target priority always gives you a direction. Just in general, the good targets, yeah, you can think about what position you're allowed to take because of it, and then go after them a little bit more. And remember, another thing, what was the mistake right at the start where we went from your team towards the enemy and then went back the same route? What was that about?
You're talking about when I dash back to my team
Yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
beginning.
Exactly, yeah. So, what do you need to do there? What is that habit where you need to work on based on that
I
play?
need to I need to stay more absorb more of the attention.
Hmm.
I gotta focus more on that.
Yeah, and how you do that? What do you need to do exactly then?
Uh, that'll be the 90.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's
That,
taken the
and then
90, and
taking, yeah, the
hmm
180, which is in the backside.
yeah, yeah, and it's just staying there a little bit more. Yeah, so you're not
Yeah,
going back. Yeah, let's just say you maintain the position. Yeah, we do not go back towards your team, but we go back towards an angle. Yeah, make sure you
yes.
constantly rotating, go back to your valuable position first. Yep.
Okay.
But retake, retake the position. This is what's
So
really important. Hmm.
okay, and so here's my mental blockage when it comes to
Hmm.
that, and it just came to my mind.
Yeah, yeah.
So I really understand what you mean
Hmm.
in that, and I think that's more of my kind of style when I meant by aggressive playing. Um, so my doubt will come in when I'm not getting any heals.
Yes,
So
exactly.
that's when
This is
I'm
common.
like okay, so I'm just gonna go back so I can have visual line of my healers, which that kind of goes up, that kind of goes against what you're telling me and what I'm doing. So how do I mentally prepare myself for that? How do I like, you know, zap myself to get back into like, hey, you need to stay here, trust the process. Like, how do I do that?
Yeah, you just need to confirm, yeah, because maybe you don't feel safe. Well, first off, whenever you build in the habit, just building confidence, you need to actually do things and see that you're actually gonna be okay doing that. This is the one
Okay.
I think the most common for a lot of players, like in any sport or something. You just do that. They go in and do the action, and they say, "Oh, like okay, it's fine," and your confidence, you know, you become more confident because of it. But there's another thing as well. You just can keep in mind what else, like what can happen there, and when you try to achieve something, and when I'm trying to stay on the angle, what can help me to just maintain it? Yeah, it can be yeah. So what that could be to just make sure you are actually able to stay there again. What are the
Yeah.
variables? What do
Yeah.
you think?
That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Um,
what would be that exactly for you? Yeah, like I'm just asking the question. Yeah, what do you think are all the variables which can help you to maintain the position?
what rival? Like what character?
Yeah, well, asking if I'm, let's just for example, imagine here your team is over there and I'm staying here. What can help you out to stay in that position longer? What do you gotta keep in mind? Let's phrase it this way.
I'm not sure.
Because
Uh,
why it's scary to stay at this position? Yeah, it's mostly because you're gonna take damage or something, right? It's just
right.
you're gonna die. Okay, how to not
Yeah.
die when staying on 90 angle? What is that about?
Take cover,
Cover?
find a point, take
Yeah.
go down to one level, um, and find that cover, or kind of push back a little bit more back, stay behind the building.
Mm. Well, yeah, but it's all about the cover. It's just about all the quality. Yeah, the cover it can be different. It can be horizontal, vertical. Yeah, it's all about just you looking at the situation and then
Yeah,
acting.
because if I'm in top of the roof and I was getting hit, I'll probably drop to the side of the roofing and kind
Hmm.
of just play that angle. Or at the same time, I could probably rotate around the building.
Hmm.
Is
Yep.
is that what you're referring to?
Well, possibly you can do that, but it's just you don't even have to do rotation if you're just able to play there
True.
and have this opportunity to go on their back line or maybe try to just punish their more stationary targets. But yeah, you could be just keeping in mind HP packs too. You can also be keeping in mind your team's line of sight. All of that can help you to maintain the position. That is something what
Okay.
again we can elaborate on later because there are a lot of ideas just with how you can
Okay.
discover, with how we can also be able to maintain the positions, maybe even your decisions. You can keep in mind certain strats and just target them more and make sure you have the scouting as well, just able to scout all the information. But yeah, cover, HP packs, line of sight on your team, definitely big help. So just make sure you have that, be prepared,
Okay.
and helps. Yeah, does it make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I
Yeah.
just probably didn't understand it at first, but yeah, yeah makes sense.
No, it's so good. Yeah. Okay. Any final questions about anything then?
So should I still play Thor even though we're getting destroyed? Like pushed in, like we're just I can't find that angle. They're contesting my angle more. He's a better tank than I
Mhm.
am. Like, do I just stay on Thor and just kind of power through it, or do I just change to Doctor Strange or something?
Well, the thing is, it's all up to your goals, right? So if your goal
Okay.
is to get better at certain skills, then what is the answer? It's just
Just kind of power through it, I guess.
probably well,
Adapt to it.
it's but it shouldn't be like because some people they would say, oh well, we'll try to win this game no matter what. Well, what matters at the end is you get in certain skills, and if you have those, then you move up in the ranks. So that's what matters.
Yeah.
And if you actually play the character you enjoy, then it's gonna be faster. So if you do enjoy playing Thor, I would just suggest playing Thor. Of course, there are situations where you have to adjust the character too, but it usually depends on well, kind of bigger picture, map, comp, their comp. But to be honest, if you want to, you can one tweak the character too. Like even in this game, I don't have a lot of playtime this game, but I had a lot of playtime in Overwatch. Just 20 hours of playtime, I reached GM right away. But it's
Wow.
based on the same fundamental concepts. Yeah, I just applying the concepts because it's hero shooter game. It's just skill set we can apply, and that's it. There are people out there playing 100 hours too. But to be honest, if you understand the ideas, be able to implement those, then you can reach any rank in any character. The OTPs, playing at Celestial rank, Eternity rank, it's all doable as well.
Okay.
Doesn't matter as much. Comps matter, but just not as much as a compared to performance. Let's say it this way, because of
Okay.
course there are gonna be people. Well, the definitely composition is also gonna be important, but it just the more important it gets, the higher rank you are, and the communication as well.
Okay.
So right now, it just usually matters. Well, the lower we are in the ranks, the less it matters. That's how you can
Okay.
put it. Yeah, anything else?
So
Hmm.
the last thing,
Yeah, yeah.
so my last thing is, um, once I'm done with my warm up, I've done my warm up for the Thor Force and everything. Should I be playing quick matches or should I just say screw it? Let's just play it in competitive. I mean ranked mode.
Ideally, you should spend most of your time playing competitive, especially with your playtime, if you want to make sure
Okay.
that your practice is swattable. Because in quick play you might build a lot of bad habits, you can get away with
Yeah.
certain plays, and
Yeah.
some people not taking it seriously as well, they're messing around. So yeah, it's just gonna be hard to
Okay.
practice, but with a comp you getting direct feedback, it's easier to see okay where you're getting punished, what's working, what's not. You're trying to experiment still, it's fine to experiment. It's not like you're gonna lose the game and yeah, everything's gonna fall apart. No, it's fine, you just going to practice the skills, see what works, and later make some adjustments. Yeah, it's good, better to practice competitive in your case,
Okay.
100% most of the time.
Sounds good.
Okay. Yeah. Any other questions?
That's that's it. That's all I got really.
Yeah, or okay, then I'm just gonna make sure I will send you the summary. It's gonna be in Google Doc. I will send it to you. And if you're gonna have any questions, always make sure you message me. You can message me on Discord. The summary is here. You can read all the notes, and you can also take advantage of additional things. Maybe join, well, you're already on my Discord. You can also watch the YouTube. There's also the channel on Twitch, and I have some
Yeah.
articles on Reddit and full watts on my second YouTube as well. You can also watch
Yep.
those if you want. But yeah, any
Yeah, I watch them
questions?
at work. I watch your videos at work.
Yeah.
Like, so I have like two monitors. So I'm working and the other one you're just talking about
Nice.
vanguards and stuff like that. So yeah, so I'm hearing you all the time. So
Nice. Okay. Then I will see you later. And if you're gonna have any questions, let me know.